everybody. Princess Casserole here. And I'm here with a few special guests. Cindy and I, Jewelry Nurse. This is our second episode of our 5 Favorites series that we have started. And we have a couple special guests here with us. I think I'm actually going to start with Vicki Porter. And everybody, by the way, all of their links are in the description box. So if by chance you haven't checked out anyone's channels, they're easy to find and subscribe to below. Vicki, you want to introduce yourself and your channel?
My name is Vicki Porter, and I have only been active for less than a year. So I'm still in the learning process, but I pick up quickly. So I thank you for inviting me here today.
Lovely too, by the way. I like that shirt. So Cindy, you want to go next? Cindy Levin.
Hi guys, it's Cindy. Y'all know me, and I'm hearing an echo real bad, and I don't know where it's from, but I'm working on trying to figure it out. So if you guys are hearing an echo, let me know.
I am hearing it too, but I don't have anything else open.
So
I'm also hearing it.
they're saying echoes there. There we go. Anyway, I'm Cindy Loves Jewelry. I sell jewelry on my channel. I sell jewelry on eBay, Etsy, and Posh, and I'm a jewelry addict and hoarder.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
And Jewelry Nurse, how about you go?
Okay, well, you all know I pretty much do a lot of the same things as Cindy Lovin. I have a channel under Jewelry Nurse, and I also sell jewelry on Poshmark, eBay, and Etsy. I do auctions, and I am starting this great series with the most beautiful girl on YouTube, Miss Princess Casserole, which I'm very excited about. And I have to thank you, Vicki, for stepping in at the last second. We were going to have Sally. She'll be on next week. She had her internet is down, so we rescheduled Vicki at the last second. So I really appreciate her stepping in. Thank you, Vicki.
You're welcome. I just had to put the clothes on over top my pajamas.
I think it might be me, so I'm going to try to get some headphones on. And so you guys, we can start with one of you while I am getting this ready. Sorry, I'm locked on you, Cindy. So Vicki, are you okay to go first, or Cindy Levin, do you want to go first?
I'm ready to go. Which one do you want first?
Whichever one you think you could save the best for last. How about that? Whichever one you're most excited about.
Well, the sentimental things mean more, but the other things are funner. Let me start out with my very first piece of jewelry. When I was 13 years old, I had already started liking jewelry, checking out my mom's jewelry box. And so when I was 13 years old, my parents gave me my first piece of jewelry, and it is a ring. And I don't know how close you can see this ring. It's actually white gold.
Gotta hold it still is all. Yeah, there you go.
It's a stone set that's on the side. It's on a twist, and it's got 6 prongs, 3 on each oval end. And would anyone care to take a guess what the stone is? This one's tricky.
It's a little dark for an aquamarine. Is that an aquamarine? If that is, that is a crazy one.
No.
It's not a London blue, right? Or a sapphire? No?
Well, that's what my parents assumed it was when they bought it for me. They assumed it was a sapphire, which is not my birthstone, but it was just a pretty ring and it was different. I think my dad actually picked it out, and he and I are like in the sense that we like things that are different. This is actually years later, like maybe 20 years ago. I actually took this to the store, to a jewelry store, and had them look at it and tell me what it is. This is a blue amethyst.
Oh, wow. Okay. I've never seen a blue amethyst.
Neither had I.
They existed, but I never knew if I was looking at one. That's cool.
Now you see them in purple, all shades of purple. You see them in shades of green, but I had never seen a blue amethyst before. So I immediately took it off and stopped wearing it because I wanted to be able to pass it on to my grandchildren at some point. It is, and I tell you what, I wore this. This is 10 karat. This is like the toughest gold. If it had been 14 karat or higher, this ring would never have survived me growing up. But it is 10 karat white gold, and that is a blue amethyst. So that was my very first piece of jewelry. My second piece of jewelry that my parents gave to me was, I had turned 21 and I just had my daughter a few months earlier. And I had her in February and I turned 21 in April. So they gave me my grandmother's engagement diamond. So this is a vintage original diamond. And having said that, I don't know if I have it too close, not close enough.
Move it over a little to your left and up a little, and it not that far, just a little bit, and then a little bit more to your left. You're going to your right, aren't you? Yeah. Now up a little, and it seems to focus right there.
Right here?
A little bit more towards you. You're going too far to your left. Right
Towards
there,
you.
and leave it there. It seems to focus there.
Okay. Well, when I got this ring, the ring was split down here at the bottom of the shank from her wearing it so much. And when it actually broke, then she took it off and put it away and was wearing another ring. Well, when they gave this ring to me, it was broken. I couldn't wear it. So my mom went to a jewelry store and they had just received a shipment in of rings that were in the Johnstown flood in Pennsylvania many, many years ago. Was that like back in the 50s or something? The 50s or 60s, there was a big flood in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and tons and stuff were just ruined and under silt. I mean, it was just a mess. And they were able to recover from a jewelry store all these trays of vintage jewelry of that time frame. And they brought them to this jeweler down in Cumberland, Maryland, where my parents were shopping at the time. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and in 4 miles we drove over the Maryland border, and in another 10 miles we drove over the West Virginia border. So we were right there in that 3 mile or that 3 tri-state area. One of them, anyhow. I know there are several, but one of them. And so the jeweler, you know, sanitized and cleaned and everything that he had to do in order to be able to sell these. And he said, these rings do not have good diamonds in. He said he sold my mom and dad a good setting that my grandmother's diamond would fit into.
Hey, hold it still a little bit there, right there. It's focusing right there. Don't move it. Okay.
And so they watched him take the diamond out of grandma's broken ring. And with in lieu, they gave him that gold. And then with a little bit on top of that, they were able to pay him to put that diamond into a brand new setting that had gone through the Johnstown flood. And was now sanitized enough to be worn, but I only wore it for a short time. Once again, I put it away, thinking that I would pass it on to my daughter, but my daughter didn't really have any interest in it. And I have 2 granddaughters now. They might not have any interest in it. I don't know. But right now, this is the only family heirloom that I have from my grandma Lighty.
Can I be your daughter?
Pardon?
Said, can I be your daughter?
I know, right? Like I said, I wore it for a little while, but then I wanted to be able to keep it and pass it on. Shauna's not much of a jewelry person. She'll wear jewelry that she picks out for herself, but and when she was younger, she pacified me by wearing what I would purchase for her. She was a good kid growing up, so I cannot complain about that.
We have a couple of questions in the chat, Vicki, real quick.
Yes.
They wanted to go back to the topaz. Tanya wants to know if that is the natural color, if it's enhanced at all, and not the topaz, but the amethyst, the blue amethyst.
At that time, I did not think to ask that question. You said Angie?
No, Tanya.
Tanya, okay. I did not think to ask that question because I just knew I was, collecting my jewelry that I liked. I didn't know the much about this. I mean, I knew more when it came to making jewelry and whatnot, but these faceted and polished stones like this, I didn't know as much about them as what I know about minerals and beads and that kind of thing. I still don't. So at some point, maybe I should go back and have this one reassessed. So I don't know if it's the natural color or not. I would think that it was, just because I wouldn't think you would want to color an amethyst blue when everybody knows that they're typically purple.
When I've seen them, I've not seen one in person, but pictures I've seen, they generally are a deeper blue color.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that that was a thing.
I didn't either.
I've never actually seen one that I recognize, but if you Google it and you see pictures of it, actually, I was looking at amethyst online and just the other day that's saw stuff on them, but they do come in a deep blue generally.
Okay. Well, then it's not as
Ooh, it looks really nice right there.
Yeah, it's really focused right there, right where you're holding it. However, whatever your closeness is to the camera right now, that's where you need to show your next piece. It's perfect.
The ring. Okay.
Yeah. She's getting
it like 3 inches away from the camera. Okay.
Yeah, you can go on to your third piece if you want.
Okay. And my third and fourth piece were going to be the 2 sets of wedding rings that I have. And I know that sounds terrible, but I could have shown the third one if I'd had one. First one did not have a wedding ring set. And this one I picked out myself. I had just gotten a settlement from a car accident. And met a guy I had dated 10 years earlier, and we clicked again, and within a few months we got married, and I had this money, so I bought my own ring so I didn't have to give it back if the time came. And this is actually a half of a carat. Whoop.
Well, it was a half carat.
Oops.
Now it's a
half a carat in the solitaire diamond there, and then another 1/4 of a carat in the wrap.
Beautiful.
Oh, cool.
And I did have a wedding band that went with it, but I think
we're giving you a pass. I'll tell you, I'm giving you a pass on the wedding rings. Generally, I say no wedding rings on the Sentimental because everybody knows the wedding ring is sentimental, but I'm giving you a pass because you're no longer married.
Yeah, right. And there's still some of my favorite jewelry. The big marquee one, he took me and we went and he had given me like a third of a carat of a round solitaire. This is the most recent husband. And we went to the store and he's like, you see anything else there that you like? And I'm like, yeah, I like that big marquee right there. Well, when we took it out, it actually wasn't a marquee. It was a princess and 2 trillions.
Oh,
wow. Okay.
Fixed together to look like a big old marquee.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yes, it was. And I got a 18 karat gold band ring to go with it. And then he also bought me a one of the anniversary bands, and I had to have it sized because of these big knuckles, you know, getting it over and then still not falling off the finger here. And the guy who did it, which I meant to tell Sandy when she was here, but let me tell you something. Last week was a whirlwind when Sandy was down here. She was like a dervish. I was like a dervish, and we just kept like hitting off of each other, you know, and every once in a while we would meet. And but what they did for on the inside of the ring, they took, like, you know how she makes the little silver balls? They took a little 2 14-karat balls and put them on the inside of the ring, on the inside of the band at the bottom, so that when I put the ring on, those little beads were sticking out and would hold the ring on my skinny part back here so that it wouldn't go back over the bumpy part. I have never seen, I asked them to do a hinge, and they said, we can do a hinge, because I'd seen a ring with a hinge, a woman who had arthritis, like myself, and I asked him for a hinge, and he said, okay, how much do you want to pay for this? So we very quickly escalated to the 2 little gold balls inside, and it was a half a carat. So he was very generous when it came to that kind of stuff. So, but I really can't find that one to show. I don't know where it's at. Of course, back here, I know you can't see, there's a little stand that's got like 5 jewelry boxes on it. And then when I find things in a jewelry jar, things just kind of get draped over what's already on there. So I really don't know what it's got to be in one of those boxes. I just don't know where it's at. So that was
3.
Okay, my next thing is going to be this ring that I bought for myself. And this is, I told you what it was the other day, or maybe it wasn't you, black spinel.
ooh.
It's what every black
right there.
Yeah, that looks
like
perfect.
straight out of the ground.
Beautiful.
I mean, when you cut black spinel, you rarely even have to polish it. That's how good it looks right out of the ground. Whereas black diamonds, you have to heat them and irradiate them to get their black diamonds. If not, they look like rock salt with a little bit of black stuff in them. They look terrible. And the same with the green ones. The green diamonds, well, all diamonds pretty much have to be irradiated to get the little bit of color in that is already in there to enhance it. So, but yeah, this is black spinel. This was my first black spinel piece of jewelry. And anytime I go out somewhere special, I usually wear this on my left finger. And then I also have,
Vicki, tell people how they would be able to distinguish the difference between if they had a black spinel and, say, some obsidian or onyx or something.
well, first of all, black spinel, besides the hematite, has one of the highest reflective. Silver and hematite have like the highest reflective, but black spinel is second to those two. I mean, this is a seven strand bracelet that I bought for myself, and I really only wore it once. I bought the set. I bought the ring. I bought the bracelet. Then I bought this bracelet that also has some
that's beautiful.
rubies. And these stones are bigger.
Hold them up so we can see them. There we higher. There you go. Little too close. Back up a little. There we go. She's got a new camera, guys. She's figuring out how to use it.
Definitely trying to figure it out.
It looks good though. It's an improvement.
And then I actually have a necklace that I have not done anything with. This is a 60-inch long black spinel. I thought about making about a triple or a quadruple strand, just so, you know, it looks like I've got glittering black diamonds all the way around my neck. I like chokers, so I'm not opposed to doing that. It's just, do you see how little these doggone things are? They're not even as big as a 1 millimeter. I was sitting there working on something for my mom with these beads. And when you drop a bead, you go digging for it. I don't care where it went to, you go digging for it, because that's like losing a diamond, at least in my opinion. So the black spinel. And then, what's the last thing I have right here? This is actually one of my very first items that was real gold that I purchased for myself. And this is 10 karat gold. And these are garnets. And there's a little pair of earrings on there too. But I wore this cross day in, day out, underneath my shirt, over my shirt, over a turtleneck sweater. I wore this necklace 24/7 for about 10 years.
Beautiful.
And pardon?
Said it's beautiful.
It's actually very simple, but it does make a you know, that little statement. And it just
right there. Don't move.
Don't move it. Don't move it.
Okay. It just so happened that my last 2 husbands, their birthdays were in January. Not the reason, of course, why I married them, but it went well with their birthstones, and they felt special that I was wearing their birthstone around their neck.
That's funny.
And those are sentimental items.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and go to Cindy and let her do her 5, and then we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Cindy. You look lovely today, by the way.
Thanks. It was church day. That's when y'all get to see me with makeup on, when I go to church. So, okay. I'm not muted. Here we go. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to show the 5 things that I've bought first. Is that okay?
Do whatever you want.
Okay. So, and I'll try to tell you where they came from. Try. Okay. Is that showing?
Yep. Oh my God.
Beautiful. Does that have AB stones in it?
It does have AB stones, and
They're
then
beautiful.
blue, just blue rhinestones.
Uh-huh.
And, I got this in a jewelry lot that I bought on eBay. And there was a gal that for a while I bought a bunch of lots from her, and I was getting a lot of old vintage rhinestones, and it is signed. And I just realized it was signed.
That's always a fun surprise.
No, I didn't. It came out of a bag it's listener. It's a listener piece.
I like Lisner. That's very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always quality.
I've had that in my hidey-ho drawer back there for a while. And so
it's into that hidey-ho drawer.
if you watch my channel, you know that I might have a problem when it comes to my hidey-ho drawers. So.
You're not alone. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Anyway, I love AB stones. I mean, love them. And so this is my next one, and it is a bracelet.
That is gorgeous.
And it is, it came, I'm pretty sure, out of a box from this same lady.
Oh, that sparkles.
Yes.
And
You know what? I think I have a necklace that almost matches that.
And there is no signature on this at all.
Really, as pretty as that is, doesn't that irritate you when it doesn't have a signature on it?
Look at the clasp. Even the clasp has little stones on it.
Oh, that's coming in really clear. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So.
Is it like a gold color?
Yes, they're gold.
Beautiful.
It's a gold AB stone.
Huh.
That is really hard to get that to translate. There you go. But it is a beautiful, beautiful piece. And I showed
It's
this
well
not
made.
too long ago on my channel. I absolutely love it, and I'm fairly positive. And there's little topaz colored rhinestones under here too. So I'm fairly positive that this one came from that lady.
Yeah, it looks very well made, Cindy.
Yeah. This one here is I just like it because it's so stinking cute. I'll probably never wear it because it's heavy, but look at that. Look at that
Aw.
baby. Isn't he adorable? Let's see if I can get this.
I like
Has
his
a little bow
collar.
tie on.
That's adorable.
Got little green eyes and rhinestone collar with the bow, rhinestone bow. He's
Aw.
heavily enamel. He's got the what they call, I think they call that the swirl enamel. Is that not right? It's very heavily enameled and it's swirly. Anyway, he too is not signed, but I am pretty sure that he came in a jewelry jar from Savers. I'm just positive about that. Now this one here, I'll just be honest, I can't remember where it came from. I think it came out of a jewelry jar, and it's actually a set. And it says, I'm pretty sure it says Austria. Yeah, made in Austria. And it is, and I like it just because it's so unique. The stones have the beads have an AB coating on them, but it's plastic jewelry. It's that plastic jewelry, and it's a brooch and clip-on earrings.
Huh.
That's like 50s, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's either right after the war, late 40s,
Like late
early
40s.
50s. Yeah,
That is too cool.
and
And I like that shade blue.
yeah,
It's a
and here's
pretty
the
blue.
other earring. So anyway, and I really don't know where I got these. I've had these for since I really started selling jewelry. So, and then this one here is my last one. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is the last one. And this one I know came from, and if you live in Arkansas or Oklahoma or Texas, you probably have heard of Half of Half name brand stores. It's like a buyout store where they buy out stores that are going out of business, and they'll have big jewelry sales where you can buy things like they'll have big jewelry sales. They'll bring it in. They'll price it like $6 to $8. It'll be name brand. It comes from like Macy's or places like that. And then as they sell it, they mark it down further, and then they'll put it all in a bag and sell it for like $10. And so this came
Wow.
out of that. I bought a bag. Actually,
Ooh.
I bought like 10 bags the same winter that Dave was still in the nursing home, right in 2017, January, February of 2017.
That's
And
very pretty.
it's
That's
Napier,
great.
it's enameled, and it came from that. So,
Ooh, that is gorgeous. Very well
Color
made.
blue is beautiful. Like
yeah.
a cobalt blue.
Yes.
So it's one of my favorites that I've bought. And most of my butterflies I give away because I have a friend, and most of y'all probably know who it is, that loves butterflies.
Yeah.
And I give them to her. But sorry, I've kind of hoarded this one. So anyway,
That
so
on
those
your
are the
color.
5 that I've bought.
Awesome. Cindy, do you want to go or did you want me to go?
You go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to do my 5 favorite everyday items. So these are things that these are the type of pieces that I like to wear every day. I'll wear them to, to work and whatever. And when I'm doing the everyday jewelry, I usually do more modern pieces than vintage pieces, just because they kind of hold up better. Like I worry about wearing my vintage and antique jewelry like all the time
On a daily basis, right?
Yeah, so that's why a lot of this stuff is going to be newer, just because of that.
Back in the box.
Yeah, and I do wear them, but a lot of times it's like for special occasions. So
That's pretty.
So this was a more recent find, but I love the black beads in this. And this is like the, what is it, chainmail?
Yes. I love that.
Isn't it cool? But I
Yeah.
think it's got a tag that says 925 India. So it's from
Okay.
India. And it's got this other thing that I don't know what this tag is. I don't know if you guys are going to
The
be able to
silver
see it,
tag?
but
The
yeah.
silver tag? Does it say anything?
Yeah, it said 925 India, I said, but it's got like a, I'll have to put a picture if it's not going to show up.
Got a little emblem on the other side?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, that's
see,
cool.
I have no idea what that means.
PESRAKA.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before. But it's a really high quality piece.
It looks it. It looks it. It looks like those stones fit right into those that chainmail. Is
Yeah.
it strung through, straight through as well?
Yeah, so you can kind of
Okay.
see the thing.
That's a very pretty design. I love chainmail. Have you ever tried chainmail?
I don't have the patience.
Oh my gosh. I sat down and I did 2 or 3 different pieces. I did the Byzantine.
Oh, that's a lot. There's a
It is
lot
a
in the
lot. And
Byzantine.
I did a necklace and a bracelet, and I did it in copper, the bright, shiny copper pieces, and they look fantastic until they didn't, until they
Yeah.
oxidized.
Well, and that's why sometimes people will do it with the silver jump
Yeah.
rings, but they're so expensive.
Stainless steel.
And I have
Those
no
are-
idea what these black stones are. I know they're
They're
stones.
probably Swarovskis.
Maybe. They're heavy and they're high
I'm
quality,
thinking
whatever they are.
Swarovskis.
Cindy loves jewelry. Cindy Levin wants to know if it says Tresca, and Veda wants to know what the stones are.
Yeah, that I don't know for sure what they are. They could be like Cindy's saying, Vicky's saying Swarovski. I think it says India. So
It's
I
like
think
2 separate words. It's not the same word. It's like 2 separate words, 3 letters, and then the rest of the word.
one of them's an R
Yeah.
and maybe a backwards S or something, and then it says
And I thought I
925
could see a
India.
K. I thought I
Yeah.
could see a K.
I'll
Is
put a
that
picture. I'll put a picture on my page after, so you guys can see.
It's very pretty. I'm
So
jealous.
this is something that, you know what I mean? It goes with a lot of different outfits, though.
Yes,
So
you
that's
can wear it every day and not have to worry about
it breaking or anything. It's heavy
Right.
too,
Yeah.
but not too heavy, you know. So that is one that I wear all the time. My other one, I did not know, and I've said this before, but I did not know what Zapata was until I had gotten a jewelry bag from it. And then just so happens I find them all the time now. Well, not all the time.
I remember you got like 5 necklaces in that one bag, didn't
It
you?
was
I remember that.
crazy.
Uh-huh. You're like, I'm going to have to look into this Zapata.
And it turns out I love Zapata because their designs are just very everyday
Yeah.
type designs. So this one is Zapata. The only thing with this one is sometimes this comes out. So you got to pay attention. Like this will work its way outside of it. But it's really long and it's got that kind of rosary look. And this is clear rock crystal, which everyone knows I like stuff that's clear. And it's nice and long too. So I like things that are long so that people aren't, you know, looking at my boobies.
I have a lot for you every time Cindy and I have an auction.
So I love this piece. It's just one of my favorites.
It's very pretty.
So gorgeous. And then this one I take, like when I go pack up and I go on vacation or something, I wear these all the time. These are Majorca pearls.
Oh, wow.
And I love these.
I actually just put a pair of Majorca earrings in that lot I sold last night at the MSP auction. I'd never even heard of Majorca. I've heard of Maravella, but I'd never heard of Majorca before. And here I had these 3 pearl not stud, but earrings, and they're really, really pretty.
Yeah, so what these are, from what I've read, I think there's a base that's glass, and then they dip them many times in like fish scales or something like that to make it have that really pretty like glow to it. So they're not real pearls, but they're
Dip it in what?
fish scales, I believe is what I had heard, what I had
Fish
read.
scales?
Yeah, which would give it.
Fish scales stick to the pearls?
Yeah, well, it's a liquid. Like they make it a liquid.
Oh, and like dipping a candle, the more you dip it, the bigger it gets.
Yeah.
Okay, I just can't picture the fish scales.
I think that's what it is. I'll
pearls
have
are
to relook it, but
those pearls are gorgeous.
I love the color.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like a white with a pinky sheen, a purple, and like a manila kind of color.
Yeah, I can see the different colors.
So this is something that like this also goes with a lot of different outfits. So I wear this one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually, it's marked on here Majorca. So they, and because I know that's a question people ask a lot of times too, is how do you know what it is? But this one actually says it.
Yeah, I was going to say mine was written on too, and I'm like, who the heck is Majorca? I'd never heard of them before.
So I challenged the people in the chat to research the hallmark on the last piece that you showed, and Adam did some searching and he looked up the Tresca, and what he found on Tresca is that it is based in Texas, Asia, and Europe, and European inspired. And Cindy says yes, Asia or is in India is part of Asia, and so that is, it could possibly be then. So you might want to research that a little.
Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit more. I know the power of everybody. There's always somebody who knows something that you don't, you know?
Exactly.
Pretty cool. So this is my next one. This is one that it's more of a recent find. And it is marked, I think, 14K. I have not tested it yet, but I'm pretty sure that it is. I believe. Yeah, 14 KT. So this one's just like a little, oh, that's backwards. Let me turn it around.
Ooh, that's pretty.
I think it's a diamond. I'll have to take it to my
you don't have
friend.
A diamond tester?
No. Well, I do, but I don't know. I don't trust myself.
Yeah, I don't.
I know. Mine's, and I've already replaced the batteries, and I've only had it for like 2 months. So I don't know what to think about it.
So I'll just take it to my jeweler friend and make her continue helping me out. But this one's really long too. You guys notice? Like it is such a long necklace. And but then it's just got this little dainty, like a little diamond on it. So again, this is something that you could wear all the time with a lot of different things. So I love this one. And then I know this one is sterling. It's not gold, but I just love the design of this one. And it's marked Canada. So it's only marked like 925 Canada. But these are the types of pieces. That's why I say I like Salpata, because Salpata is like that too, where it's just like really kind of bold, you know, shapes and things. And that's what I really like. And this is really nice and long, and it looks so nice and graphic with things, you see, especially on a darker colored outfit or a dress. So this is one of the ones that I reach for the most to wear. I
would wear that too. I would wear that. That is so cool.
Yeah.
I like to wear lots of reds and dark colors, so that looks good on dark colors.
It would look great with red too, Cindy. You're right. So that's my number one. This one I reach for the most, but these are things that like if I'm going to like when I went to California, these are the things that I would pack, you know, to wear, and it wouldn't matter what I was wearing for that day, they would match. So those are mine.
Nice. Okay.
I have
So I
more
was,
jewelry when I travel than I do shoes.
We're on you.
okay, so I was just like working the chat, trying to get some volunteers to come on our show. Velvet said she's not ready yet, but we're going to get her on soon because she said that she just bought some Tresca, I think is what she said. That she had never, let me find it again here. She had just found and bought a Tresca piece today. I had never heard of it, but piqued my spidey senses. So she just got a Tresca piece.
Huh.
So we'll have to get her on soon to bring that and show us. But I bought my 5 favorite items I found in a jar. So let me get my chat back. There we go. So first I have, and these are in no particular order, but real quick, I wanted to show Cindy. I'm going to point the camera down so you can see the jewelry better. You see that, Cindy? I realize it doesn't have the same, so it's not a matching set, but that looks really similar to the ABs you have, doesn't it?
It does. That's really pretty too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sparkles.
this is a pretty old piece.
Yeah, they look like they could match.
Yeah, they do look very similar. This I found in my sister's jewelry box after my sister passed, so I'm not sure where she got that, but that's where. But that's not one of my pieces. I just had to show you that because that's the first time I've ever seen that color of AB was that. So that's why I wanted to show you that you bringing that. I'm going, wow, that's only the second time I've ever seen that color. Okay, so my first piece that I pulled out of a jar, and this was actually a shop Goodwill. Some of you might remember this, a box, basically. And this one was the only good thing in that whole box. It was the first really bad box I had ever gotten from shop Goodwill. And this was the only good piece in it. Actually, I think it was a lot of bracelets, if I remember right. But this ring was in the bottom.
Weird.
It was all bracelets, and it had this one ring. And I think this is not, oh, what is the green stone?
Malachite?
No, it's not malachite. The same stone that, what's the Mayberg stone? Why can I not think of that?
Emerald.
Emerald?
Emerald. It's not an emerald, but it's in the same family as emerald, and I can't remember what it's called.
A beryl?
Yeah, it's a beryl. That's what it is. It's a beryl of some kind. Yeah, it's a green beryl, which is really close. If I can get it to focus, it's really close to an emerald, but it's not. It's not quite as. It's a little more opaque. It doesn't.
Well, I was always told that the green beryls are emeralds.
Yeah, they are. It's just this is not a. There is green beryl that is not the same quality as an emerald.
It's not gem grade is what you mean.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more of a
Not gemmy.
Yeah, it's more of an opaque, kind of a cloudy look to it. But this came in that jar, believe it or not. It's too small for any of my, except for my pinky, but I just haven't been able to sell it because I love this one. So then that was my first piece. Let's see. Second, I have this, which I just got recently. This came in a rescue box, actually, from ThredUp. And it's all gemstone.
That's
and I haven't figured out, I know these are like topaz and there's some citrine, but there's this one stone on here, these beads right here. I'm not sure exactly what they are. They're kind of, see if I can get it to focus.
It just loves your nails.
Yeah, looking at my nails. I picked the wrong color of nails. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. I want you to see if anybody recognizes this stone. You can't hardly see it that way. I'm going to have to get it closer and get it to focus.
the dark one or the light one?
This one right here that I'm scratching.
The dark one.
Okay. Yeah, the dark one. It's it's almost a reddish brown, and it's sort of sparkly, but not like a gold tone kind of thing, or a goldstone sparkle.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is.
It's not smoky topaz or smoky
No,
quartz?
it's opaque. It's a solid color, and it's kind of it's not really maybe those show the color better, the small ones. See that smaller one next to the gold one? That shows the color better right there.
Huh.
Yeah, I've never seen that stone before though, so I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, so that came out of a jar just recently, and it actually has, I believe, these are 14 karat findings that were on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And not a jar, but a rescue box, the ThredUp rescue box. One of those 10-pounders. This came out of a jar a really long time ago, like when I first started doing this. This was
Ooh, I like those crystals. They're blue and green.
yeah, they're blue and green, and these
It looks like aquamarine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think these are aquamarine. The findings are sterling. You can see the little sterling mark on the findings
Clasp,
there.
yeah.
I think this is tortoise shell, but yeah, I thought this is beautiful, and I've almost sold it a couple of times and changed my mind. I've had it ready to go in our auctions and then said, nope, I can't get rid of that. I wear this, so I keep changing my mind about selling it, so I'll probably end up keeping it.
It's not ready to go yet.
Yeah, not ready to go, but definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, so I'll probably end up keeping that one. So that's number 3. And this is number 4. This is actually an earring and necklace set. And y'all know that I really like the beading chain for some reason. And of course it's tangled. The only thing I don't like about beading chain is that it tangles really easy. I love this set. I wear this a lot anytime that I can work blue into the outfit, and it has the little earrings to go with it. This porcelain earrings. And
those are pretty.
It's a 3-strand crystals, and it has these really cool beads too on it, glass beads.
Oh yeah.
So I wear this one a lot. Anytime I can work it into the outfit, I wear it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So that would probably definitely be my second favorite thing that I've found in a jar with the earrings. And then my very favorite, but I never wear this because I'm afraid I'm going to break it. And I actually had it ready to sell last night and changed my mind again. This also came from a Shop Goodwill bag, and it is Native American. Let me
say, is that a bear?
It's a rabbit, I believe. It's a spirit animal, and I think it's made out of soapstone. You know, soapstone starts out like a grayish color. When they apply heat to it, it turns black. But that's what I think this is, soapstone. Not 100% positive, and I think this might be walrus ivory. And I'm not sure. It could be bone, one of the two. I've not looked at it closely yet. And then it has these big chunks of amber, and they do have a little bit of insect inclusions and plant matter in them, and I think the rest are just glass. These are glass beads. I'm not sure about the little ones, but these are glass, and I think these are just wooden beads and brass. But that is probably my favorite thing I've ever found in a jar.
That's different.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've almost worn it a couple of times, and I'm afraid I'll break it, so I don't wear it, but I love it. So that's my top 5 things that I found in a jar or box or bag.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Vicky, you want to go do your last set? And then it'll be Cindy's turn. Yes. Other Cindy. You guys need nicknames. This is getting confusing.
This is, I don't know if very many people watched one of my first videos, and actually my first video of me purchasing something from another jewelry jar person. And I purchased a lot of jewelry from Frugal Gal. And in amongst those things, and there was a plethora of things in there, I found this bracelet, and I don't know if I'm moving it slow enough for you to see the charms without making it blurry or anything like that.
It focuses and then unfocuses. So
Okay. Well, everything on here is indigenous to Alaska. The totem pole actually says Alaska on the back of it. Here's the totem pole. And on the back of the totem pole is where it says Alaska. And I was looking at this bracelet and going from one charm to the next, and I'm like, this bracelet looks like it's telling a story. I don't know the story. Someone tell me the story. And I was like an idiot. And then my daughter was like, Alaska. And we looked it up, and every animal on here, the rainbow trout, the polar bear, there's even a little person like dancing, doing like a little snow dance or rain dance. I'm not sure what it's doing, but the eagle, the grizzly bear, the black bear, one or the other, and then that flat walleye fish where it looks like both of its eyes are on the same side of its head, an otter swimming on his back, crab, and then of course the totem pole. And it's got a safety chain. So I was looking at it, and most of these charms all have the same number pattern, which tells me that it's the same designer. And so all of these, with the exception of one, are 14 karat gold, and then that one is 10 karat gold. I thought about selling this last night, but I really didn't think the audience was there for a 14 karat gold Alaskan bracelet. I mean, I could have been wrong, but there was just so many other stuff I didn't get to that I had to pick and choose towards the end. But anyhow, this was my most surprising, because this is what I found that's worth the most. And gauging on another bracelet similar to it that was on the market at the time, that was going for over $2,100.
wow.
This could easily sell for $900 to $1,000 in the world of gold and jewelry stores and that kind of thing. Of course, you go to a pawn shop jewelry store and they offer you $235 for it when you know they're going to turn around and charge 5 times the price. So,
And you found that in a jar, you said?
I actually found it in a box of a big lot of jewelry that I bought from Frugal Gal. And when I asked her, I said, if you tell me that this fell off your wrist while you were putting the box together, I will send this back to you in a heartbeat. And she was like, nope. She said she tested it, but then she said later on that maybe her chemicals needed
Expired.
to be, yeah, could be. So that could very well be. So at any rate, I landed with it, and I just haven't had the gumption to list it yet. It sits on this
Save it
bracelet.
for a rainy day. Save it for a rainy day.
What'd you say, Cindy?
Save it for a rainy day.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I do with some of mine. That's what I've told my husband.
Yes.
Just in case something happens, then I have it. And, if I really need to turn something around quickly, I can.
Yeah. Another set of favorites of mine that I did find from a jewelry jar were these 3.
Ooh.
2 of them are bright pink and white and some little amber colors, and the one on the bottom is all white. And then these earrings are clip, and it was the first time I had worn a pair of clip earrings, and they were very, very comfortable.
Wow.
But there's raspberries and pink, and I mean, there's just a myriad of colors with AB and without AB. So I usually wear these all together when I wear them, just because they all pull each other's colors out.
Hold them still so we can see them. You're waving them around.
Sorry. Sorry.
I mean, it's a lot of it's sparkle trails, basically.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's gorgeous.
Still right where you're at there is perfect.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It has a pattern. Beautiful.
Yeah. I really like them. They're like my go-tos. Okay, and then my third go-to is in one of my jars. I found a strand of sunstone. And I actually frequently find strands of gemstones because I'm in Tucson. And people will buy things thinking, oh, I will make something. Oh, I'll have someone make it for me. They're not the best grade of sunstone, but in the sunlight, they are very, very sparkly. And I put a couple of sterling silver beads in here, and I actually made the necklace a little bit wonky, as in isometric. Is that what you call it? Asymmetric or something like that?
Yeah, asymmetric.
My sister likes that kind of jewelry where it doesn't totally match up, and she could totally rock that and it wouldn't bother her in the least. And me, I'm like lining the little, sterling silver boxes up and wearing this crooked back behind my hair because my hair is sticking up to cover it. But Wendy, she'd be like having it all over the place. So I actually made that, and I put some little amber Swarovskis in just to help bring out the color. So that was, I also made little earrings that I put on sterling silver.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, just a little dangle. I don't have to wear an awful lot to make it look like it's long. But I have not worn it yet, and I'm borderline thinking about giving it to my sister. My fourth
Cindy's asking about sunstone versus goldstone, and I know it's not the same thing. Goldstone is actually man-made, and sunstone is natural.
Yeah, goldstone and bluestone and greenstone. They're all made by man. They're beautiful. They're actually more beautiful than a strand of sunstone. You have to get a really, really good strand of sunstone to see all the sparkles in the sunstone, whereas goldstone, it's like almost always perfect. So yeah,
and I think goldstone's made with aventurine or like copper flax, and that's what makes it so shiny.
Goldstone is?
Yeah, that's what I've heard when I
it is made by copper,
it.
but you know the story I heard on goldstone probably about 10 years ago was that goldstone was discovered, whatever you want to say, by the monks.
Yeah, I read that
too. They were trying to make gold.
Yeah.
And so they would put different ores and whatnot together, and they made a beautiful stone.
Yeah,
it wasn't gold, but they called it goldstone.
Trying for alchemy. Those big.
Yes, that's what I heard. Whether that's true or not, but that's the story I heard on it. So the next thing here, the fourth thing, is actually I showed this to Cindy.
Oh gosh!
And this is, yes. Can you see it? Okay. I need to put it closer.
Over that one, I would buy a whole outfit just to wear around that.
Why is my screen just so dark there?
You can see it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. Anyhow, it has an extender of 2 inches on the back, and it's a lobster claw clasp. But look at this is actually rippled in the metal. Very, very pretty. I think the colors are intense, from honey to champagne to that rusty color. Very pretty. And then I found these clip-on earrings that I felt too.
Those would match Cindy's bracelet too. Those earrings.
Yeah. I was going to say it's got the champagne color in it and AB. You're right. This does not have a name.
You guys can all mix and match your jewelry together.
Yeah, exactly. If you ever put that up for auction, there's going to be a fight to the finish on that one.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
What did you say, Cindy?
She
What'd
said
you
people
say?
are going to fight over that if you ever auctioned it.
Yeah, there'll be a fight to the finish
I
on that.
didn't hear it. Blip, 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 blip. I
Oh,
guess
no.
my internet is being testy today. But at any rate, I thought this was beautiful, and I thought about selling this last night too, but we just did not have enough time, did we, Cindy? And this is actually my most favorite thing that I found in a jar. This is it's like a dichroic glass. It's got pinks and blues. And then it's got some little blue beads, some little pink, the softer feminine colors. I think that's why I like this. I feel that this is a nice, soft, feminine, and I wear it frequently.
Now hold it up so we can see it. We couldn't see it, Vicki.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
You know what? Let me take this thing off.
Yeah, it does
put it on.
Yeah, it looks like, reminds me of like water.
Yeah, it
like
does.
Watercolors.
I love the dichroic glass.
Yeah, that's pretty. I like the pink and the blue stones.
It's got some silver beads on it as well. A little silver S clasp in the back.
Nice.
Back.
Looks like a good baby shower necklace, doesn't it?
I know, right? Pink and blue. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, none of us having a baby shower.
Not me. Not it.
Unless there's something you haven't told us, Carla.
Actually, no, I do have a grandchild coming soon. So, yes, I will be having a baby shower come September.
Come September?
Well, the baby's due in September, towards the mid to later part of September.
And when are they coming back?
Next month, I hope. Sometime next month.
Was that it, Vicki, for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say what?
We're good.
I'm sorry, what?
I wanted to know if you were done.
Oh, okay.
I thought so, but 5 is hard to count to.
Did I not do 5?
You did.
You did.
Okay.
It's lovely Cindy's turn.
Okay, guys. So,
also, by the way, I love the necklace you have on today, Cindy.
Oh, this is a piece of turquoise I got from my friend in Pennsylvania. So, anyway, so I love turquoise. So, they Cindy, jewelry nurse Cindy. I had to say which Cindy it was. She said no wedding rings, but I'm not showing a wedding ring. I'm showing an anniversary band. So we'll accept that. This is my anniversary band, and there's a huge story that goes with this. I asked for an anniversary band on my 5th anniversary, and I asked for a 1/2 carat anniversary band, and he did not get it for me. And so on my 10th, getting close to my 10th anniversary, I told him that the price went up. It now had to be a carat, and November, well, actually my 10th anniversary was November 1995, but in August of 1995, I ordered this, and it actually came in the day we were leaving to go to Texas to go to court to adopt our youngest son. And so it just is very sentimental to me. So the next thing that is my sentimental piece is this piece right here. And y'all have seen it. I wear it all the time. It could be one of my
silver turtle.
Yeah, he's a Navajo turtle with different kinds of stone inlays. You can see turquoise. It looks like spiny oyster, lapis in him, and he is Navajo. And my husband bought this for my birthday this past year. We were in Branson, and there was a booth in a craft mall that was selling Navajo jewelry, and he bought that for me. So
So
for my
it fits
birthday.
for you really well. Looks nice.
So it's,
Yeah.
and y'all know I love turtles and collect them. So the next piece is something that somebody bought me that is sentimental to me. That's something that somebody bought me. We were doing an auction with Margaret. I was doing an auction with Margaret, and she said, she pulled this out and she says, "No, I'm not going to auction it. It has verdigris on it." And I said, "No, auction it." I said, "Because we'll put ketchup on it and clean it up." And so Robin Skywatch, you guys know my Skywatch, her name is Robin. She bought this for me.
I remember that.
Aw.
And this is signed HAR on it. And it is actually known as Dragon's Breath. A Dragon's Breath brooch is what it's called. And it sells for pretty good money. You can look it up, HAR, Dragon's Breath. That's these. That's what they call these. And it had verdigris all down in here. And I took Q-tips and applied ketchup on it, and it all come out. And there was a few dark spots, and I used, because this is a matte gold, I was able to use my matte gold pen on it, the liquid gold pen on it.
Oh,
And
cool.
really, really cleaned up really nice. And so it's very sentimental to me, because Robin she was so excited after she bought it. She researched it, and she was so excited to share all the information with me. So it lays on my dressing table. So now,
Aw.
That's so
what
sweet of her.
y'all know, that I talk about my dream thing to find is James Avery. But before I got on my James Avery kick, my dream thing to find was Obey. And I now have some Hobey rhinestones, but this was my first Hobey piece that I bought for myself. And it is, actually, I'm pretty sure those are little beads, and they are stone, and the on the back of it. So anyway, so that's one of my first, and I bought it on eBay, and I paid like less than $10 for it. So
What do you think it is, Jade?
either jade or jadeite. So, but they are definitely not plastic. They're really cool. Well, not really cold, but they're not. They make me think they're not glass too, just from the look of them. So I'm not real sure. So anyway,
I have one Hobey piece. It's a brooch. It's a leaf design that has what I think is jade in it too. It looks like jade to me. It's about very similar color.
well, Hobey was called at one point, that they were called Designer to the Stars. He was called Designer to the Stars, and so I really like that. This number 5 for sentimental pieces is actually 2 pieces, and I'm going to show you these, and then I will tell you the backstory behind this. So here's the bracelet,
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
and it is not turquoise. I believe it is dyed halite. I had great hopes that it was turquoise. It is a stone. It is not plastic. It is a stone. It is open on the back.
Oh,
Could it be
wow.
glass?
It
Because there's a piece of glass called, I think, Hubble glass, and it's actually made to look like turquoise and have like veining in it, and it's really pretty, and that's kind of what it looks like to me.
it could be. I do not wear this because it's so heavy. And then here's the matching pendant.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
pretty.
That is
And
beautiful.
what is funny is the pendant is not open on the back.
Wow,
Huh.
I would not have expected that to look that way when you turned
Me
it over.
neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting to see an open back.
So here's the backstory behind these. In the year 2000, my great aunt died in a house fire on January the 1st, on New Year's Day. And when my family was cleaning out the house, my dad was executor of the will, because it was my great grandmother's house, and my great grandmother had passed, and my great aunt stayed in it. But when they were cleaning out the house, they found tons and tons of jewelry in it, tons of jewelry. And this set was found in the house fire. And my great uncle was married to both of my great uncles And my great uncle that I'm speaking of, he lived there before he died. He moved in and lived there before he died. And he died in 1984. Anyway, his wife was Native American. And so I had really hoped that this would be turquoise. But as I've learned more about jewelry, I know it's not turquoise. But it's still a very sentimental piece. I don't wear it because it's so stinking heavy, and it is very awkward. It's just so big. It's really awkward, but it is a very sentimental piece. And let me tell you, when we got these, there was smoke damage all over them. And I know this is not the best thing to do now, especially when I think about what we've done with all that jewelry. But we literally laid it in baskets in the dishwasher and ran it through the dishwasher to wash all the soot off of it.
Oh, wow.
It cleaned it up really good, but yeah, it was very. I just think, oh my Lord, you people were nuts. and I was one of those nutty people. But my mom said, "What do you think? What do you think I'll do?" I was like, "Oh, I know we can try." So it got ran through the dishwasher, but yeah, it's a really special piece. So and they're just huge. They're just gorgeous. So anyway,
So
but
Gargantuan. Yeah.
did that actually work with the dishwasher? Did it damage anything?
no, we didn't damage anything. No, nothing came out damaged, and it removed all the soot. But I think of what it could have done. Just horrifies me. A lot of what we found was not. I do have a pair, and I can't find them right now. Another pair of earrings that came from that are real turquoise that I wear every day, except for I'm the world's worst about taking jewelry off where I'm sitting and laying it down. And so I'm sure they've got swapped into a drawer somewhere. So anyway, but you could rock that set, Rebecca.
She loves big pieces.
That's all Rebecca there. That so says Rebecca.
Yeah. Well, it'll probably never be for sale. So, but y'all know what I say on my channel, that if y'all hear that I died, contact my family and ask to buy my jewelry. So.
I have a quick question about the ketchup, because I've heard you say that before, and I never think about using the ketchup when I need to. Does that does it take off the finish too, like when you use? No, it doesn't. So it doesn't. I have to try that. It doesn't disturb any of the finish when you take off.
No, it didn't. I was real worried because these here are like a faux pearl, and vinegar is very not good around.
Yeah, I don't use the vinegar. Yeah.
And Dwayne, no, you are not in my will. So anyway, but so I was very, very careful and used a Q-tip to get down in here to make sure that I didn't get a lot of vinegar on it, because I have literally ruined faux pearls with soaking in vinegar. Because before, I learned this trick about from Fanita about using the ketchup. Before that, I just used vinegar. And I would just dunk something in vinegar. And so I have ruined several pairs of faux pearls dunking it in vinegar trying to remove verdigris. So this brooch has also been repaired. You can see here where somebody soldered with a silver solder on the back of it. So, but that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to sell it because it has sentimental value to me. So, but anyway, but that is the last of my sentimental pieces. So, oops. And just before I quick off of me, I just wanted to show y'all, I do like Native American jewelry, as you can tell. This is Native. That one's
that one's really pretty, Cindy.
Yeah.
The like diamond shaped one.
This.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's another inlay piece too. I bought this from Jude Bascom.
Wow.
Let's see if it'll. And I paid $20 for it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that. They're so good at the inlay work. Wow.
I like the negative space inside of there too with the shape. Right. That's really clever.
Yeah, and it's just, you can see your skin through it. So, yeah. So, and is signed. I can't remember what the signature on the inside of it says, but it is signed. So I don't see it right now. So anyway, but yeah, it's a favorite piece. So, and then that's lapis and tree of life, and yeah. So, and then she's talking about this. What is the spinel, and that's what that
Black
is.
spinel.
Yeah, I think some people were asking or trying to figure out what that stone was earlier when you showed something. So black spinel, nice.
I can't remember if it's real black spinel or simulated spinel. I'd have to ask the person that gave it to me. So moonshiners use ketchup to clean their moonshine stills. Cool.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind for my still in the backyard.
The thing about ketchup that's kind of nice too is that it can often ruin rhinestones that are foiled backed, but vinegar can. But if you use the ketchup, it is so, thick that it can stick just where you put it. So that's kind of the nice thing about using ketchup for jewelry too, to make sure you don't get it on any of the foil backed rhinestones.
Yeah, I generally, whenever I is in a situation I had to use ketchup, had to use vinegar, I only used it on silver tone stuff that didn't have any stones in it and a quick dip. But I've been using that Sparkle, and that does pretty well on the verdigris, but you've got to get like a little brush and get down in there with it. But that takes it off pretty good too. But I'm going to try the ketchup because that's much cheaper than Sparkle.
I bet. I know Carol was talking about that too. Maybe I'll have to try it sometime or ask for it for a birthday present, because my mother always does get stuff off of the TV. So she likes like shopping that way.
Yeah. Home Shopping Network, Sparkle.
So does Cindy, you want to have some last words and plug anything that you have going on? And before you do that, I do want to thank you for coming on and showing us your lovely jewelry. I like watching all the different things that you get. You get some really nice pieces.
Me, Cindy?
Yes, you, Cindy.
Oh. I didn't
11.
No, I have the Love and Jewelry show on Tuesday afternoons at 2:00, and I'm always looking for people who want to be guests. I've kind of backed off not doing a guest every week, just using some learning time, and we're always trying to learn more. So if you want to be on, just shoot me a message, cndlovin@yahoo.com. But and if you're not subscribed, I am trying to build subscribers up. So
you'll get there soon. We'll get you there.
I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. So anyway, so yeah.
And Vicky, also thank you for coming on and filling in at the last minute. Your new camera looks great, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm still working with it. What I have to work with now is the lighting in my room, because I've got a window right here, and during the day, that's awesome. But at nighttime, when the sun goes down, I've got a ceiling fan up here. And I even had these little guys last night trying to get enough lighting on my merchandise here. So I guess I'll have to look for some kind of lighting, and they say to put it behind the camera. So I guess in front of me, behind the computer and the camera. So, which I don't know if I explained to everybody where the computer came from, but Cindy, Jewelry Nurse, and Sandy, Just Sandy, decided that I needed some help. And they took pity on me. And the computer and camera was an early birthday present from the two of them.
Sweet.
So it was very, very sweet, and it brought me to tears. And when Sandy said she was bringing me something that was going to change my life, she knew that it was going to change my life. So I'm happy about it. And it seems to be as easy as my phone. I was doing my Google Hangout and everything on my phone. And, you know, I'm like a dog with a, you know, an old dog with a new trick. I'm learning a new trick now to do it on the computer. So I'll get there. I'll get there. Shauna had to help me again today. She's doing something up here on the front of the screen. And I'm like, please show me what you're doing. So I don't have to call you back here every time I want to do something. So anyhow, I'm happy that I've got a camera and a computer, which I do have a computer, but it was from 2007 and it is on its last leg. Like every other day, it refuses to come on. So I was very badly in need. And I had 2 friends step in and helped me out with that. So I'm ecstatic about that.
Do you have anything you wanna plug? And your channel, all the channels are in the description box too, by the way.
I'm sorry, I can't hear it. Everything's all garbled.
Anything else you want to say or plug?
No, I just want to thank you for having me here today. And if any of you out there may be looking for me, it's Vicki Porter on YouTube, also known as Grandma Ladybug. Eventually, the Grandma Ladybug will probably be what I put in as like a store name or something like that, which I don't have a store name on eBay. And what I did have listed on there since has been out. You know how you have to update it every so often. Well, I'm sure everything's been unlisted by now, so I have to get better about that. Right now, I've just been doing the Sundays with Cindy, and then every other week the auction. And I've been getting lazy. Haven't been listing because I've been able to, you know, get rid of things quickly in lots, selling lots and lots of.
Yeah, I need to do that too.
Lots. So, but at any rate, someday I will have a store. And well, she's a busy lady. I keep getting these little things up over our faces, notifications, the whole time while and it comes up right over top of our little pictures down here. So I'm like, get out of here. So, but anyhow, thank you for inviting me here today, and be in the same forum with the 3 of you ladies. Cindy Lovin, Cindy Jewelry Nurse, and Carla Princess Casserole. I look up to all 3 of you ladies, so I'm honored to be in this forum with the 3 of you. Thank you for inviting me.
That's really sweet. Thank you, Vicki.
Thank you.
Well, you were one of the first people, Carla, that I watched. There was Thelma, and there was Texas Gal, and there was you. And those were the 3 that I watched all the time. And then I realized, oh my, there's a whole bunch of these videos. So, yeah, I have my gals that I look up to, and I watched Cindy's from day one. I didn't miss not one of hers. And Cindy Lovins, I usually watch her when she helps Texas Gal do her auctions on Thursday nights. I didn't know until just now she has a show Tuesday evening, so I'll have to keep my eye out for her too. So
yeah, no, I love her passion for it too.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Lots of passion.
There's a lot of knowledge too.
And she's funny.
Everybody here does.
Cindy, I'm on you. I don't know what in the world you're doing.
Missing her earring.
I'm putting my earrings back on. I didn't know if you were going to make me do 5 everyday items or not. And
no,
so
we're good.
My earrings, so I'm putting them back on.
That banded black agate you have around your neck, Cindy?
Yes.
Cindy.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that banded black agate?
Yeah, it is. Yep. That came from a jar.
I love the bands in the agates. They're so they're designer is what they are. Of course, God's the designer, but I just love their different designs and chevrons and circles. And I love nothing better than to get a stone that shows you all those circles.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'll show it to you up close when the camera comes back on me. I think it might be.
It is on you.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Don't pick your nose. The camera's on you.
I think it might actually be banded obsidian. Not positive.
I've never seen banded obsidian. I've seen obsidian before, black. I actually have golden obsidian that's beautiful.
Until I got this, and so I researched it to try and figure out if it was like dyed banded agate or what it was, and that's when I ran across the banded obsidian. I didn't know it came that way either. But yeah, it might be that. I wouldn't say 100% certain, but it's a possibility. It kind of looks like it could be it. And the two smaller ones are very similar. They just don't have as much banding in them as the large piece does. These two smaller ones, you can kind of see the banding a little bit in that, and that one's a little darker. So I'm not positive, but I think it might be. Actually, all of them are that way. All have a little bit of banding. But my final words are basically same thing. Just thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate you doing the show for us. And Cindy, when we're all done, send me your address. And Vicki, I have yours. I'm going to put a little friend mail thank you in the mail for both of you guys for being on the show. And, you know, I'm sure, you know, it will be jewelry, obviously. I know what Vicki likes, and I do have a better idea what you like now too, Cindy. So just send me your address and I'll get something in the mail for you as an appreciation for you doing it.
And less words from me, I guess.
Thank
you guys all for coming on. You ladies are all people that I do watch. I very much enjoy your passion for jewelry, all three of you guys. And I was just talking about how difficult it can be sometimes when you get older to make new friends. And I consider all of you guys my friends now because we share, you know, a passion for the same thing, and we help each other learn, and some of you guys in the chat as well. So I think that is something to be very grateful for, that this is a wonderful forum to make new friends and to connect with people. And I thank you guys for that. And so next week, Sally, Vintage Discoveries, she was having internet issues today, of course, because she's going to go live. You know, never happens until you need it. And then, you know, it strikes right at the last minute. So hopefully we will have her on next week if anyone else wants to join us. Again, you don't have to have a channel. It'll be on Cindy's channel next time, Cindy Jewelry Nurse. And if anyone wants to join us, let us know. Our emails are mine's in my about. It is, well, we'll type it in here. It's PrincessCasseroleOutlook.com. And Cindy put hers in as well. So just get a hold of us if you guys are interested in coming on. But otherwise, I appreciate you guys all joining us and asking all of these lovely questions. And I will see you guys in our next video next Sunday. I'm not 100% sure what time it'll be, probably either 4 or 5. So bye, everyone.
Quickly, before you leave, I'm going to put Adam on the spot because we have not had a man yet and would love to have a man come on. Adam, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you in front of America YouTube if you will be on our show next week. So you can hit me up via that email or Carla and let us know, but I'd love to have you come on. So just let us know. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.